Hello everyone. In this video, we will be demonstrating AUTOSherpa Service CRM. I have created a one page slide which showcase all the modules that we'll be covering in this video. So we'll be first explaining the admin module, where I'll show you how we can upload the data through an Excel format, or how easily we can integrate APIs and pull the data into the system. Next, we'll also explain you on the segmentation tool. This is nothing but CRM forecasting for service, and how we can also see the priority customers based on data segmentations. Then we'll explain on form builders, which is nothing but how flexible the application is with respect to form creations. Giving as an example, a form creation could be for service marketing calling team. What are fields that the user should be capturing while speaking to the customers? Or it could also be another example as the post service feedback calling. What are all the set of questions that we can design in the application? Then I'll showcase the dialer integration capability as well as AI integration capabilities in the admin module. From the user module perspective, we will have a review of how the user homepage is designed, what all AI features can be taken out with the AI integrations, which is AI Search Summary. And then we'll also look into the customer profile, which is also called 360-degree page, interaction history, AI summary and transcripts for the call recordings, and then communication channels, dispositions forms, document management. So with respect to reports, very quickly in the end of the product demo, I'll open up a report snapshot and will show you the admin and manager report platform. So now going to the start of the presentation, so let's understand how the admin ID looks like. So you all can see this is the admin login page. So I can click into the login button. Now I have opened the ETL version of the module. So basically this is where we can have an option to create the connections. So generally with respect to the automobile dealerships, the connections are already made. This would be very useful in case if you have any API integrations with respect to the digital platforms. If not, the data sets for service is already created. You can now understand how we are going ahead and uploading the data. So these names are very much familiar for the dealership service, repair order data or the job card data. So all that I have to do is click on upload, select the file and add the data into the system. Once the file gets uploaded, I can go to the pipelines and I can see that whether the data that we have uploaded on this is failed or it is completed, what is the status of the data. So this is all from the admin perspective with respect to the data uploads. Now I'll open the CRM module page. This is the CRM module. Now let's understand the segmentation first. So all the data that we are uploading through the admin ID goes and sit in the CRM and we create a forecast. Now if you click on this business intelligence system, this is the heart of the CRM. So in this we will be able to understand the entire database and the segmentation of the data. So let's say if I am a service head or I'm a service VP who is designing or planning the workshop, planning for the workshop load, I can understand that I have a total database of about 1,34,000 or 13 lakh data. So in this case, out of 13 lakh data that I have, so about 4,46,274 customers are my top priority customers. So that's a high level understanding that I'll be able to get it from this report. So I also understand that okay, there is warm, which is a customer who have visited us in the last 24 months. Hot customers are customer who have visited in the last 15 months. So rather than me giving my entire database to the telecalling team, I can understand that which are those type of data that I should be giving. Now, how many of those customers have got an active insurance policies? That details I'll be able to understand. So for my workshops that I have got here, how many hot customers I have, warm I have, dormant customers, lost customers. Now let's say generally the dealerships assign the data based on n-6 and n+2 logics, which is nothing but customers who have visited in the last 6 months to the next 2 months. Just taking some random example here. Now I'm filtering out those specific data for whom I should be making a call. So I've taken last 6 months plus the next 2 months of due data. This is a forecasted due data. In that data, I have only 2,29,779 customers who is my first priority customers. And with that, if I want to understand that how many customers have got at least paid service done once, which is about 1,79,000 customers. Now this data I will be giving it to my probably a top experienced telecalling team so that they can call and convert. So with that, we also have other reports here in case if I want to understand the customers visit frequency, or let's say if I want to understand the this is RM wise data, regional manager wise data, or if I want to understand the customers based on the monetary category, right? How many customers are there who have paid me at least 40,000 in the last 3 to 4 years with respect to the services? They are the customers whom I should be focusing more on. That entire segmentations is something that we will be able to get. In case if you want to have a look of the entire video presentation of how this segmentation would be useful, you can go to our YouTube channel and you will be able to understand that more. So now coming back to this story. So once the dealerships uploads their history data into the system, the CRM creates the forecast, segmentations are available, and then the data are assigned to the telecalling team. Now speaking about how flexible the application is, let's understand the form builders here. Now in most of the cases, the forms, 99% of the cases, the dealership need not be dependent on creating the forms. The forms are already predefined, built. It can be readily used from day one. However, because as and when we are moving ahead, there could be scenarios where we would want to ask extra 2 or 3 other informations to the customer. In such cases, we can create the forms on our own. So now I can just click on this edit option here, where I would be showing you. You can see here, this is how the forms looks like. So this is a PSF form, post service feedback form, and let's say if I want to create a new form, I can click here and I can give a form called demo, which is service demo, and in case if there is a description, I can write it down. Now I can add a form. I can create a form which has got multi-line text, or probably I can also create a form with a drop down. So just giving a quick example, that what did the customer say? So I can go to options here and I can add an option, call me later, or probably the customer said not interested. So this is a very quick option of how easily we can create the forms in the system. Now moving ahead, speaking about the dialer integration, so I'll just click on back. So this is where we can see that as a automobile dealership, there are cases where dealership wanted to integrate cloud phone technology into the system so that they can get call recordings. So that's something that we have made it very easy here. You can see the providers listing here. Now if I am a dealer, if I want to do the integration of Tata Telephony, Exotel or Vodafone, I can just click on the configure button and put the API details and save the configuration. So this is how easily we can integrate any cloud telephony partners or APIs into the system, so that the telecalling team or the field team or the service advisors who are using the application, they will be able to make calls and get 100% call recordings. So now this recording is something that we will be using further in the system to extract the transcript, which is the AI transcripts and summary. The next you can see here, the AI integration. So the application is also capable of having the API integration also in the AI integrations. So if I go ahead and click on the AI providers, I can see we have already integrated OpenAI, Gemini, Claude, DeepSeek, Olama, etc. So all that the dealer would be wanting to do is that click on this and add the API key of the AI provider. Then the application will be able to do an auto transcript, or we'll also be able to get the auto summary. So the reason why AI provider integration is required is to get these two output. Now let's understand that how the CRM is built in for the user. But speaking from the manager perspective, we have explained how we can upload the data or ingest the data through an API, forecasting and segmentations, form builders, dialer integrations, how I can integrate Exotel, Tata Telephony, and then finally the AI integration. So now I'll take you all to the user ID. So let me log into one of the user here. So this is the customer, this is the telecalling team's call log page. So on top we can see the stages that is created. This all stages what you're seeing, it can be created by the admin themselves. However, it is already a customized CRM for the automotive industry, so that's the reason you need not further customize. However, I can see that how many fresh due cases I have, any data that is uploaded or allocated through the forecasted data or fetched through the APIs. How many follow-ups are there, how many customers are due for service and they have promised that they will come and get the service done, but service is not done till now. So SB overdue. How many customers have called in but I was not able to speak to the customer, that details are here. Now let's say if there is a customer who is giving me an incoming call and I'm a new telecaller. So what I can do is that I can just paste the phone number or the registration number of the customer, and this AI intelligence gives me a high level summary of this customer. Now how exactly this is more useful? Let's say that the data is there with some other telecaller and I'm getting an incoming call. Rather than me searching the database, opening another telecaller ID, what I can do is that I can straight away search the registration number here. The AI search the entire database and give me the summary of what's the customer name, what's the phone number details, in which stage the customer is. As of now the customer is in SB overdue, which means he has given me an appointment, a booking for service on 5th May 2026 at 4 p.m. at Moti Nagar, but he has not turned up as of now. What's the quick recommended action? That is something that I'll be able to see here. Now I have explained on the user homepage and AI summary. So let's go into the customer 360-degree profile. So let me pull out a customer here. So this is how the customer 360-degree profile looks like. On the left side you can see I can view the customer details. Now this tab option is also configurable in case if I want to see all the details in one single tab, I can do that, or if I want to segregate the details with the group names, I can also do that. Now let's understand that before even I call this customer, the customer name here is Shreyas. I would want to understand what is the previous interaction. So on the right side you can see the interaction histories here. I can click on the interaction history and I'll see that how many times I have spoken to the customer, what are my remarks, and who is the telecaller who has spoken, and what was the customer remarks. So here the data was in the fresh due, Then the customer said he'll come for service, and service was booked. Finally, the customer has not turned up as of now, and that's the reason he is still in SP overdue stage. Now, let's say I want to, so there are about 5 to 6 interactions that has happened. In case if I want to get all the interaction summary in one quick view, I can also use this AI summary here. Now it gives me the summary of the interactions that has happened between the customer and this application as concerned. This AI summary is nothing to do with the call recordings. Whatever the interaction that has happened in the with the customer in this application, that summary is being given, and it says that the interaction with this customer is not good. So the sentiment is the interaction summary is more of negative. So as a telecalling team, I should be speaking right to this customer to make sure that the customer relationship is further not spoiled. Along with that, I can also get this call AI. Now this is the option where I can get the transcript and summary with a click of a button. Now let's say if I have spoken to the customer for 2.2 minutes 15 seconds. Now I don't have time to sit and review all the recordings. What I can do, I can click on the transcript button and I'll get the quick summary here. Now this specific recording is also negative, and because of that only the entire overall interaction shows that it is negative. Now here the customer says that they are unhappy with the previous service due. Now
Hello. Good morning, sir. Roshni Hyundai, sir, Vasanagar branch.
So this is a quick recording, and I can see that the customer has spoken, have highlighted an issue with respect to grease and door maintenance, and the quick action is also given here. In case if I want to get the transcripts, so I can directly take the transcript. We get transcript both on native language as well as their the transcript in their regional language as well. Now this is a native transcript which is in English, right? So this is all about the call AI features that we have. And I think next is the communication channel. So as a telecaller, once I understand what have I spoken to the customer in the past with the AI summary and the call summary, I can click on this button and I can trigger a call. Now the AI provider interactions, what we have done in the admin, this options what you have seen, this is useful in this, and the dialer integrations what you are seeing here, this is useful for making a click to call. Now here we have integrated Exotel. We can also integrate cloud phone or GSM gateway technology as well, or for such dealers where call recordings are not so useful, we'll also give a free Android APK where I can click and the call goes to the customer from the telecaller mobile phone. Now in case if I want to send a WhatsApp message to the customer, I can send a predefined customized WhatsApp message to the customer. This is a web WhatsApp free of cost. If I want to send through a business WhatsApp, that option is also available. And in case if I want to see the interaction history of WhatsApp, that is there here. Now disposition form, I spoke to the customer and customer asked me to call later. So what did the customer say? Did you talk to the customer? Yes. Customer asked me to call later. When? I can select the time here, and the customer is asking me to call at 5 p.m. on 16th. The follow-up reason is requested for a call back. Customer is interested, and I can click on submit. The data gets disposed. So this is a high level explanation on what all features or functionalities we get in the customer 360-degree profile. Just quickly summing up, on the left side we have customer details, on the right side we have interaction histories with AI functionality, below we have click to call functionality with recording, without recording as per your requirement, and on the center we have the disposition form. In case if I want to upload any document with respect to this customer vehicle, I can select the document and I can directly upload the document into the system. There could be a scenarios or instance where the customer is asking or requesting for the last job card details. or the last billing details. So rather than me keeping that in my desktop, I can upload the documents relevant to this customer and the vehicle, which is Alcazar, and the document gets saved here. And the next time when the customer asks, I can directly send the document to the customer on WhatsApp or on email. That's all the functionality that we have. There are also minor other functionality, like in case if I want to add a customer, or in case if I want to search the customers, that is anyways there. But now for this demonstration purpose, we have covered so far. What next is the reports. Now I have taken some snapshot for this product demonstration, which is speaking more of service. Now, as a manager, the first thing that I would be wanting to understand after investing on CRM platforms is that how many users are actively using the application. So that's the count here. What's the total number of data that we have, how many calls they have made, how many users have not dialed. It could be users who are on leave, how many contacts they have done so far. This is a live report. Basically, you will understand from the start of the day till now what is telecalling team's performance. So how well they have performed, that information you will be able to get. How many fresh booking, cancelled, rescheduled, you will be able to get that. Call scorecard live table. Now this showcase me each telecaller wise what's the first call time and last call time, how many unique contacts we have done so far. So the total calls is 115 customers, but the unique contacts is only 85. How many were initiated and not initiated, that details you will be able to get. We have intraday live report here. If I want to understand hourly interval of wise, how many calls were made, contacts were made, initiated, not initiated, bookings, I'll be able to get that. Below is the campaign wise live report. Now this explains me that in service the dealerships calls the customers either based on free service 1, 2, 3, 4 and paid service 20, 30, 40, or they also call the customer based on free service and paid service. So now if I want to understand the call status for these campaigns, I can understand in this report. Here is the workshop wise report, data availability report and overdue report. Now this is an example which I took, that let's say for this customer, for this telecaller who is Pallavi, we have as an example, we have about 29 total overdue customer. In this case, so what does overdue mean? Customers have given the appointment but they have not turned up. Now what should I be doing as a telecaller? I should be rescheduling this booking by calling the customer, and or if the customer says cancel, I should be cancelling. If I have not done anything, then this is a report, and it also gives me a briefing of how many from how many days the customer's booking is not yet converted, that details. Below is the follow-up wise report, which explains me how many follow-ups are pending and pending from how many days, that details I'll be able to get. So we have the booking reports for today and tomorrow. Out of all the bookings that we have for today and tomorrow, how many are already reported, how many are dialed, that details I'll be able to get. Now this is a intraday wise report, so I'll be able to get the hourly interval of the calling report with the information of those telecalling team who is making calls less than average. So the system predicts, the system understands, not predicts, that these are the total calls that they have made, and it takes the average, which is 19.12. Any telecaller whose call is equal to 19 or lesser than 19, they will be highlighted in this, and we can easily identify and ask the telecalling team to improve. Now this is the data summary report. We call this report as a business head report, which speaks about the conversion, workshop wise, campaign wise, service type wise. You also get the telecaller wise, how many vehicles were assigned, how many are converted, how many were unattempted, how many are attempted, and if it is attempted and not converted, where exactly the data is lying now. So if I am a service manager, I would be filtering the data of the next 2 months and the last 6 months to high level understand how many are converted. Or if I want to take out month-wise report, that is also something I'll be able to do it. Now the last but not the least, we also have the data report dumps. In case if I want to download any report and make any customized report of my own, we have given all the Excel downloads here. I can download the report of call history, win assignment, each win wise what has happened, how many datas were allocated, booking conversion, telecaller wise what is the booking and what is the conversion. This is more useful with respect to the incentives that the dealerships gives. This is another important report which we also call it as the retention report. How many vehicles have sold in the last 3 years and how many customers have come for free service 1, 2, 3 and paid service. That I'll be able to get. I can just put the filters here, click on download and the data gets downloaded. Now this is all from the report perspective. I hope you have got fair bit understanding of how AUTOSherpa Service CRM is creating value to the automobile dealerships. In case if you want to have further requirements, or in case if you wanted to have further discussion, we can anyway schedule a one-on-one meeting and probably we can take it forward. Thank you all. Have a good day.